In the previous lecture, we understood that what is attitude and what is its nature. We also understood that factors influencing attitude and the formation of attitude. So we know that attitude is not inborn, but it is a learned one. So we learn our attitude because of our experience, our education, socialization, group, etc. And we also know that attitude can be positive, it can be negative. We can develop a favorable attitude or an unfavorable attitude. But what if an attitude is negative or unfavorable? If attitude is negative, it is harmful for the society, individual, and also the world. So if you have negative attitude, it can be harmful for the society, it can be harmful for an individual, and it can be harmful for the world as well. So we require to change our attitude because it is a negative one and it can be harmful to the others. So there are some techniques to change the attitude. So here we are going to have the 4 techniques, that is education, publicity, group discussions and norms, which can help to change attitude. We know that attitudes are relatively permanent, but it is not impossible to change them. We can change them. It would take time, it would take some efforts, but it is not impossible, but it is a difficult one. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is education. So we know that learning is relatively permanent change in behavior arising out of experience, training and practice. Okay, so we know that we understood in the previous chapter also what is learning. Learning is a relatively permanent change in the behavior arising out of experience, training and practice. Okay, so learning is a relatively permanent change, and we also know that attitude is also relatively permanent. So if we need to change the attitude, we need to have the learning, and learning can happen because of education as well. Okay, so it means that education can bring change in behavior, which can be either covert or overt. Learning in school or college or learning by socialization can also bring behavioral changes in the individual. So what kind of education can bring changes in it? Either it can be overt or it can be covert learning in school or college, or it can be either through the socialization that brings behavioral changes in the individual. Okay, now let's have an example. Over here example of farmer is given. That is, a farmer used to produce the crops using traditional farming. Okay, but because of the education and because of the learning, he brought the changes in his method of farming by using modern technology, and because of this modern technology he could grow more crops. So he developed the positive attitude towards the modern technology. So this is, in this way education can bring changes in the attitude. How? Because he was educated towards the modern technology, and as modern technology was beneficial to him, he became positive and his attitude towards the modern technology became positive. Okay, so this is how education helps in changing of attitude. So with education you can change the attitude. Okay, then we have publicity. So publicity, propaganda, advertisement, etc. are all effective means of learning. Mass media also plays an important role. So what does publicity include? It includes publicity, propaganda, advertisements, etc. So whatever advertisement, the billboards or campaigns you see, all of these are included in the publicity. And mass media plays an important role in this. Why? Because of mass media the publicity can take place. Okay, so who does the publicity, in which group it is done, which media is used, all this question affects the attitude. So why these questions affect the attitude? Because who does the publicity? If you know the source of the publicity is authentic, there are greater chances that you will change your attitude, because you know that the source is authentic, and the source is authentic, you would likely like to change your attitude. Okay, in which group it is done, which medium is used, all these factors also affect, because it states that the publicity is from the authentic source, and so you are likely positive towards that source. Okay, now there are taglines used in the advertisement which also becomes important in bringing change in the attitude. Now what is tagline? It is a small jingle used with the name of the product. For example, घड़ी पाउडर और घड़ी डिटर्जेंट, इट्स टैगलाइन इज पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर विश्वास करें. So what does the tagline says is it changes the attitude in a way that first you use it and then you believe it. Why? Because they are not stating that they are the best power. They are saying you use your judgment, first use it and then you believe it. So this is how taglines can also affect the attitude. They can also create thoughts in the mind of the people to change their attitude as well. Okay. So here example of a like given is that before 100 years 90% of the people were dependent on agriculture in India, and at that time it was believed that children are assets. So we know that before some time over 90% people were dependent on the agriculture, and what they used to believe is the children are assets. Why? Because the more number of children would fetch more number of crops or would grow more crops, and they would fetch more profit. And so this was their thinking, this was their belief that children are assets. But slowly with the time, the increasing population and its negative effects changed the belief of the people to we too are too. So as the population kept on increasing and the negative effects were seen, the people started to believe that we too are too. How? We know that if more number of people are employed in a same plot or on a same amount of land, it creates disguised unemployment. Okay, and this disguised unemployment creates negative effect, and thus the people saw this effects and they started to believe we too are too. We know that our government ran a very profound campaign on this, that hum do hamare do, and slowly and gradually because of this publicity the people started to believe that yes, the less number is more better for a family. Okay, then we have group discussion. So in group discussion, communication and interaction are two important features of the group discussion. Okay, and they help in changing attitude of the people. So in group discussion, communication and interaction are important. To change the attitude, that is the technique that to change the attitude, that is group discussion, communication and interaction are the most important. Without communication you can't have group discussion, so it is the most important one. So in the development of attitude, group membership, group activity and status of all play an important role. So while you are in the group, your group membership, group activity and also the status in the group plays an important role in changing the attitude. Okay, so how are your members, what group activity you do, and what is your status in the group decides the impact on the attitude change. Okay, if two groups have opposite attitudes, they can by interaction and discussion bring change in their attitude towards each other. So what happens is, if two groups have different attitudes, they have the opposite attitudes, they can change it by having interaction, by discussing those differences, and they can bring the change in the attitude. Okay. So in 1943, Newcomb was successful in changing the attitude of rigid college going girls. So Newcomb conducted this, and he was successful in changing the rigid college going girls attitude in 1943. And okay, so let's have an example regarding the group discussion. We know that India has been victim of terrorism from last so many years, and because of the technique, that is group discussion, India started discussing the problem with the world leaders, and it was able to get their attention towards its harmful effects. So India was able to get the world leaders' attention towards the harmful effect of the terrorism, and because of this the world leader understood it and they joined the fight against terrorism with India. So we know that by group discussion we are able to change the attitude of the world towards the terrorism. So we were able to change the attitude. So we know that now all the countries stand by India against the terrorism. And why this could happen? Because of the discussion that India took with other world leaders. Okay. And the last technique is the norms. So we know that attitude is difficult to change. It is because it is relatively permanent, and if other three techniques does not work, then some coercive technique, I can say, that would work is norms. So what in this technique we can do is, we can create some laws, we can create some rules which the individual has to follow, and because of these rules also attitude can be changed. So what over here it is given that Many times individual is not ready to change the attitude even by experience, understanding or discussion. So even after experiencing, even after understanding or even after discussion, if individual is not ready to understand, if individual is not ready to change the behavior, then norms comes handy. Okay, how? At that time, norms or rules are effective tools to bring change in attitude. In a country like India, even today, ancient and traditional customs are practiced which are not good. In such situation, norms, laws, rules, etc. can help bring a change. There were many temples in India where ladies were not allowed to go, but in 2016, Supreme Court of India gave the verdict that as per the law, men and women have equal right to worship. So, women were allowed and it was accepted by all. So sometimes norms and laws can also help in changing attitude of the people. So over here the example given is that before in temples the ladies were not allowed to worship. So in 2016 Supreme Court gave a verdict that all men and women are equal, and so the women have equal right to worship in the temple. And so because of this norm all people accepted, and thus the attitude was changed. So when your experience, understanding or discussion, even after having all these things, even the individual is not ready to accept the change in attitude, thus norms comes in handy. So because of these norms that individual can be compelled to change his attitude. So there can be other example of norms as well, like the banning of sati pratha, the law against the child marriage, or the most recent one, that the right of the women in his parents' property, that is the property rights of women, is also the norm we can say that was created because the people were not ready to change their attitude because of of their experience, understanding and discussion. So to give the equal property right to women, the government, the court need to intervene, and they passed a verdict that all women have equal right to in the property of their father, okay, of their parents. So this is how norms even help in changing the attitude. But still there are so many negative attitudes prevalent in our social world which needs to be changed, and for that psychologists, social reformers, teachers, political leaders, etc. to take help of the judicial system. Here we complete the techniques to change the attitude, okay, techniques of attitude change.